Hey guys, turns out due to recent surveys, most young adults do not vote because they feel they don't understand politics enough. Today we are going to teach you how to understand political tension so you feel comfortable voting when you turn 18. The first things you need to know is the difference between Republican and Democratic parties.
Whoa, hey. Let me explain to you what you just saw. The donkey represents the Democratic Party, and the elephant represents the Republican Party. Now here's hubby to explain the next thing.
Each side, Democratic and Republican, thinks they're right almost 95% of the time. Though in politics, it's normally a factor of constitution versus what is morally right. For example, the mosque near Ground Zero. The Constitution says that the mosque is allowed to go there because freedom of religion. But a lot of people disagree with it because it is morally wrong.
But it's like they should just move it across the city. I mean, it's just a huge insult to everyone else. Muslims are known to build their mosques around where they have victories. So are you saying Ground Zero was just their biggest victory, considering this is the biggest mosque ever built?
The First Amendment clearly states they have every right to build it.
The First Amendment's wrong again. Okay, back to what we were saying before. It's either that or law versus Constitution. That's it.
That normally happens in courts though. Politics can be very sensitive and are always very public. If you become a politician, I can almost guarantee that you will be famous in some sense.
Leo, please introduce the next subject.
Of course, well, there's not much to it. Pretty much, even though with all the tension between Democrats and Republicans, they're most closely related. On the Republican side, there are three different types of them, each getting more and more extreme. The Libertarians are the most extreme Republicans who believe in no government at all except the armed forces. Communists are the most extreme on the Democratic side. They believe in total government and won't give many rights to their citizens, especially when it involves money.
Really? You were supposed to introduce it, but that works too, I guess.
Ha ha ha. Well, whatever. Next thing's next. Past politics. People have always had different views in the country, even when creating the Constitution. Democrats and Federalists had compromise. Those were the parties back then, and the Democratic Party was much different. But back then, it was also all white males in power. Women didn't get the right to vote until 1920, and even black males didn't get the right to vote until the late 1860s. So until 1920, voting wasn't even fair. Only white males had a say. Speaking of which, let's hubby explain the importance of voting.
Shut up, Tom! One of the most important things you can do in politics, if you're not a politician, is vote. I'm a politician. I like to vote. Our system is set up so that the people, as in us, vote for people called representatives to represent us. Those only have a say when passing bills or something like that. Not when voting for president or governor. We the people each get an individual vote for that. When you look at something like the year 2000 presidential election, if only a few more people in some states would have voted, there's a good chance that Al Gore could have been won. So remember that it's very, very important to vote. Even though, at this age, you can't.
Well, the best way for you guys and us to get involved is through writing our local state representatives to share their opinion and encourage others around your school or such places to do the same. Another way is to encourage others around your community to vote. Put up signs to remind them when and where to vote. You could also make a website to explain both the pros and cons.
Yeah, and if you want to be a politician and get involved in that stuff now, then join your student government.
Thanks for interrupting me, jerk.
Shush, boy. Let him talk.
Actually, it's your turn, Hubby Bubby.
Oh yeah, well, first of all, probably all of you are looking forward to the 2012 election. Some of you will get to vote in it, others not. But like we went over earlier, we can all get involved. Obama will be trying to get re-elected as the president. And there will be a dramatic increase in the independent party. But now, Leo will tell you about them in a second.
Don't be a hater, vote for Nader. You may have heard this a lot in the 2008 presidential election. That's because Nader is a third party. In other words, it is the independent party. And they're right in the middle between Republicans and Democrats, and people are falling for them more and more as time goes on. Some researchers say by the 2016 election, they may even win the primaries. That's really all you need to know about them for now. Here's Ekman, finally, to sum all this up.
Last but not least, you need to know about the first thing we Americans did after we wrote the Declaration of Independence. We didn't just go and write the Constitution. First we tried a different government, and we called it the Articles of Confederation. It didn't work. After that we started from scratch again and created the Constitution. We made the Bill of Rights, and then we started to expand our states from the East Coast to the Mississippi, and then we had California.
Going over my spot.
But dude, you were over there before.
I'm going over there.
Remember, you should be where you were before, with what you had before, which wasn't the chair.